Hey everybody, thank you so much for tuning in to the Inchworm Show. It's an exclusive interview, not Motivation Monday, but an exclusive. This is where I get an in-depth interview about people that are doing things in the community. Right now, today I have a very special guest. He is an entrepreneur, he's a DJ, and he is also working in the North Chicago School District. Without further ado, welcome my special guest, Mr. Randal.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Welcome to the Wormhole. This is the studio. Yes. My huge studio.
Yes.
You see the whole studio audience out there. Everybody, hey.
Yes. Y'all make some noise back there.
Okay, so you reached out to me, but first I want to give some history. Like, we worked together because you're doing your DJ thing.
Yes, DJ Randal Entertainment. So we officially met when we did Sweet 16.
Yes.
And you were hosting, and with the company that we do events and things for. So I was a DJ, you was the host, and that's where we officially met.
Right. Shout out to Brad and
Energy. What's up, Los?
Production. Yes. Don't be shouting him out on my show. What? Don't be doing that. I'm editing that out. Don't be shouting him out on my show. Anyway, so that's where we met. Yes. And you had your son with you. And we did a great job. Yes, great reviews. So aside from the DJing thing, you also have clothing line, Regal Royal Clothing?
Yes, Regal and Royal Clothing came about 3 years ago. And it was a vision that, because I've always wanted like a clothing line, and we wanted something to stand for something. And so it comes from the scripture and that we are royal priesthood. And so we wanted to have the Regal and Royal. We wanted people to know that you are what you think of yourself. And we wanted the crown to have on the shirts and things like that, to remind people that you are royal and that you are what you think of yourself. And we want people to think more of themselves. And if they're ever discouraged or anything like that, and when they're wearing our gear, they can look at the crown and know that they are Regal and Royal.
Definitely. I got some gear. You gave me a couple t-shirts,
yes.
A couple shirts. Yeah, I wear them. I love them. So make sure you follow them and get you some shirts. But I want to go back to the DJing real quick.
Yes.
How did you get involved with DJing? Like, how did that start?
Well, I've been in music for a long time. My dad had me involved in piano. I played saxophone, and I always wanted to DJ because I had really been into music. I was one of the kids that actually read the liner notes and saw the producers on the records and CDs and things like that, and really wanted to get into music and things. And my dad at that time didn't think it. He was like, "Ain't no money in that," but he didn't know.
Yeah.
But things, time goes by, and I just decided that, now is the time to get into it. And, so it's another business that I wanted to start where, we can have fun. My family can go with me, and it can be like a real family business. And so we do a lot of family events, and it's a lot of fun.
You at the event, you brought your son with you, and it was good. He was helping you out. He knew what to do. He was handling the music, the equipment, and all that. So I think it's great for families to work together, build together. You were talking about, we were talking earlier about why it's important for families to be involved in their children's lives. And you working for the school, like, why do you think that that's important?
Well, I work for a nonprofit that does work in the North Chicago School District. Okay. And we see a lot of...
What's the name of it?
It's called North Chicago Community Partners.
Okay.
They're based in Lake Bluff. They were founded in 2008. And they exclusively work with the school district of North Chicago because there was a need. North Chicago, as many people know, there's no grocery stores and things like that. A lot of the regular resources that are in different areas. And the board members was wondering why they living right next door in Lake Bluff and Lake Forest. Why didn't their schools look like the schools, in North Chicago? Like what's going on? So they decided that they can make the biggest difference through education.
Right.
And so I joined the team in 2012 and really wanted to be like a mentor to young boys in the community. And, as we see in different communities where the family is strong, the community is strong. And so it's really important for our families to really be involved and see what's going on, in our communities, because a lot of times, from my experience, you don't see a lot of parents really being involved in the school, and then they're upset when things go down the way they don't want them to, but they haven't been involved, so they don't know what's going on.
Why do you think parents are not involved? Because we get a lot of that, and but why aren't they?
Well, I know it could be a number of reasons. I know because of scheduling and different things like that. A lot of times, just from my experience, a lot of parents, they really haven't been, education, hasn't really been at the forefront. We, cheer and salute athletes, but we don't really cheer and salute scholars like we should. And so people are more interested in trying to get the bag and different things like that more than really educating themselves, like they said. So it's not an emphasis, and especially in the Black and brown communities as it really should be.
Yeah. I've been doing a lot of work with the coalition. Shout out the hashtag #JustDoIt_vote coalition. And our mission is to get millennials out to vote. And we're also educating millennials about what's going on in our communities. So within that, we've done a lot of work by going to schools, telling people about what's going on, like how to vote, how do you register to vote, all that type of stuff. And what I realize is that it's just a lack of education. Like people just don't know. Right. They don't know these things exist. Now, in terms of you and you being involved, you're a part of something. I think that there needs to be something that is created where it's out there more, where it can reach the millennials, like some kind of innovative something. I don't know. I mean, this would fall under that, right, where it can reach that demographic. But what else do you think needs to happen in terms of so parents can understand what's going on?
I think within our school district, and they've been trying to do a good job, reaching out on social media, trying to keep families aware of what's going on. They're trying to use digital media to reach as far as text messaging and things like that. They do have social media accounts, but I think they need to continue. I think they, need to, a little bit needs to be old fashioned. You need to just go to the streets and knock on some doors and say, hey, I am one of the administrators in your son or daughter school district. Let me tell you what's going on. I think it needs to be open, more of an open format for parents to know that they can come in and volunteer. A lot of parents don't even know they can volunteer in the schools, but they can. They just go through the background check and then come in and volunteer in the schools, whether it's just shaking hands, high fives, greeting students and things like that. Those are just the little things that they can do. And, I'm really big on community. So if we have, Mrs. Jones that's coming, that lives right down the street, she's volunteering, everybody knows Mrs. Jones. Now we really start to build that community. And when things happen, they know they can go to Mrs. Jones and say, Mrs. Jones, this is what's going on. And she can try to make things happen because of her relationships that she's built. But I think, as, parents need to be a little bit more inquisitive. And then also as a district, we need to really reach out more and let families know that, the door is open for you to come in and see what we're doing. And they're doing some good things in the district of North Chicago.
What are some of the things that you've seen in the schools or while being a part of it and volunteering? Like, what are some of the things where you like, oh, we got to get this going? Like, something's got to happen. Something's got to change. Because you're here to discuss those things. So, like, what's some of the things that you've seen?
Some of the certain things is, like, you see, like, the culture and climate of the school and how it can be kind of tense because a lot of parents don't know teachers are wearing multiple hats in the classroom. They can't, because of some of the baggage and things that kids bring in, a teacher can't just teach necessarily like they used to, back in the day, because first they have to peel back the layers of what's going on with the student before they can even make sure that their class is cohesive enough to teach. So I think just knowing that if there were parents there just to support the teachers, just being an extra set of eyes and ears and hands in the classroom, to try to support the teachers and things like that. One thing that we do as an organization, we provide a staff appreciation lunch to every teacher in the school district once a month. It's a catered meal that we provide, just letting the teachers know that we appreciate what they're doing, and also for them to, pause and get a chance to learn about each other.
Yeah. I think teachers need therapy. And no diss. We all need therapy. I think they need therapy. It's a lot of different personalities.
Yes.
Personalities you got to deal with. Then on top of that, you got to deal with the parents. Then on top of that, you got to deal with your coworkers. Ain't nobody got time for that. It's a lot.
It is a
lot.
lot.
You would need to find some kind of release or something to get out of that. Yeah.
I know a couple of the schools, they have some good stuff that is going to start happening. They have like a rhythm, kind of like a fitness thing that's going to be happening for teachers, I believe, where the teachers can go and, and do some Zumba and things like that.
Yeah.
Coming into the school is helping, because if you're healthy in your body, you're healthy in your mind, releases some of the energy and things like that. So there are some good things coming, to the school to help support teachers and continue to bring good partners into the school district.
Yeah. Anytime teachers complain, I'm with them. If they on strike, I'm with them. I'm on their side. Pay these teachers. Give them what they need. Give them what they need. Yes. So what are some of the things that you've experienced in your life that has made you even want to become a part of something like this and helping out your community?
Well, I was, we were blessed. We were raised in, had both our parents in the home.
Oh, cool.
My grandmother was, raised us, and we were the kids that went to grandma's during the summer because my parents worked and things like that. So I saw my grandmother, buy, cases of popsicles and just give them to the kids in the community and just really be a blessing to the community. That's where I really, start to see, people, serving just out of the love of trying to just have that community. And as I got older, I noticed that was missing. And one of the things that I've seen was that, that the man or the father figure was missing, in the community. And I wanted to try to be an example. When my first son was born, my father told me, he was just like, we took good care of you guys, and I expect you to do that with your children as well. And that always stuck with me. Yeah. And so, seeing a lot of these, young brothers and young sisters that don't have the guidance that, they should have, that really compelled me to try to, step in and make a difference.
What does the organization actually do? Like, what are they doing?
So one of the things that we do, we offer lunchtime tutoring, mentoring. We have after school programs. We have family engagement events. We offer backpacks, hygiene kits. We offer eyeglasses. All these things are free to parents in the school community, because one of the things we want to make sure that our students' needs are met. They want to meet the needs of the students so they don't have to worry about everything else, that they can just come in and focus on school. And that's one of the biggest things that our organization does, is making sure that the needs are met of the students. And then we also try to make sure we support the culture and climate of each building in North Chicago.
Okay. So how does one get a part of that? Like, do they come up to you like, hey, I need some help? Like, how does it work?
So we have the community school model. And the community school model is where, families and students know that they can go to the school to try to find different resources. And so we have resource managers in every building. And so students can go to their teacher, or a teacher might notice that a student is lacking something and go to that particular resource manager and say, hey, I seen, little Jimmy. He doesn't have, he's been wearing the same uniform every day. It's dirty. He's got holes in it. Do you guys happen to have any uniforms? And we do have uniforms. We have different things. So just based on what the teachers are seeing, different staff members, and they'll come to one of our team members and say, there's a need, do you guys think you can help?
What are some of the biggest fears? Do you have a fear about what's happening within the school system? I know that there are different issues and problems, you stated them, but what's your biggest fear about what's going on right now?
One of the problems is that there's an inequality in funding on how the school district is funded. The school district is funded across the country is based on property taxes.
Right.
So if the property taxes are more expensive in your community, then there's a bigger chunk that's going to go into the schools, and so your schools are going to be nicer. And so they need to change the equation of how they calculate property taxes and how schools are funded, because it's not equitable, and they really need to make it equitable, because some districts, kind of look like, kind of look down on, if you will, certain districts, because they don't have, the same, kind of things, but it's all based on the property taxes.
People look down on North Chicago.
They do. But we're on the move towards excellence.
Yeah.
And they do have a fairly new administration in there. They're doing some really good things, and they're really trying to get us to the standard that that we should be. And there's great kids, great staff.
Yeah.
We just need to meet them with the resources that they need.
Right. I know you all got a new auditorium.
Yes.
Yeah.
Our friends at AbbVie, partners at AbbVie came in and they cut the check for the new auditorium.
Shout out to them.
Shout out to AbbVie.
Few dollars
Yes.
over here too.
And this was all last summer. They built the park, Bulk Park, brand new park. In the community. It was the first time that they went outside the school district to actually do something for the community like that. So they built a new park at Bulk. AbbVie has been a big partner in the North Chicago School District.
That's awesome. I'm a ZB, so yeah. All right, North all right. What do you want the parents to know? What do you want the public to know just about everything that's going on with what you're doing, your involvement with the organization, your involvement in the schools, the state of the schools? Just one big thing. Like, what do you want the parents to know?
I want the parents to know that that they are welcome. And that I want them to know, that they should, take more of an interest. Not saying that they're not, but even more so, because, you want to know why is this happening at your school? Talk to your school administrator, and they should be available, of course, with appointments and things like that. But just really know that they are welcome, in the schools, and that, that we need them to help our students and our staff continue to go forward in a positive direction.
Yeah. What do you need the kids to know?
I need the kids to know that you need to make sure that you are trying to reach excellence and work towards excellence every day. Also, involve your parents. Don't be like, oh, it's not cool. My mom is up here. No, your parents love you and they really want the best for you. So, I want you to, make sure your parents are involved. Tell them what's going on.
It's about communicating with the child, communicating to the parent or whoever it is, and then that parent taking action. And then hopefully by doing that, you make some change. So keep the lines of communication open.
Yes, keep them open.
Keep them open.
Yes.
Yeah, and I always talk about people being the exception. That's like being proud of who you are, being proud of where you came from, and excelling, always doing more than what's expected of you. And it seems like it is difficult to do, but then it's really not. Like, all you got to do is do what you're supposed to do and do a little bit more than that. Yeah, that's listening to your parents, doing what you're supposed to do, adults doing what you're supposed to do, being responsible and being cool. Like that's really it. Like, and helping out, being a part of your community, understanding what's going on and making changes. You see some problems, you see something going on, do that. So I really commend you for all the work that you're doing, for everything that you're doing, for being a father, an entrepreneur, a community leader, all of that. I commend you for doing it.
Thank you.
Like, we don't get to see good images of Black men out there doing it. So
thank you.
Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Tell the people out there about the organization. Where can they find you? How do they get a part of it?
Well, we're on all social media, Facebook, Instagram. You can find us at Regal and Royal Clothing. You can find us at DJ Randall Entertainment. Our organization, the organization that I work for, is NorthChicagoCommunityPartners.org. You can find out more about them there, whether you can donate, volunteer, but make sure you get involved. And kids out there, if you see something that you think you need in your school, talk to your administrators. And if that doesn't work, talk to your parents. And if that doesn't work, go to the school board, because kids, you have power. You have power. You can't just say, well, no, I'm just a kid. I don't have, no, use your authority, because you're there and you know what you need, and you can make a suggestion, do some research on it. Y'all on your phones all the time anyway. Do some research and say, this will really benefit my class, my school, my community, and, be the change that you want to see.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thanks so much for being here, Randall.
Thank you for having us.
Yes. I'm your host, Yaishan Inchworm Phillips. Make sure you follow the Inchworm Show everywhere: Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I need some YouTube subscribers. Shout out to my director behind the camera, Mr. Trenton. He's doing an amazing job back there, making sure everything is cool. But yeah, make sure you follow me everywhere, all over social media, and keep going. Make sure you follow me for Motivation Monday, Inchworm Exclusive Interviews like this. And that's it. I'm out of here. Peace out.
Good evening, good people. My name is Randal Riley, owner of Regal and Royal Clothing and DJ Randal Entertainment. I also work for North Chicago Community Partners. It's a great organization doing wonderful things in the school district of North Chicago. I just finished an awesome interview with Yashin Inchworm Phillips in the Wormhole, so make sure you subscribe.
In the Wormhole, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. That red button below that says subscribe, click that button, and then also the bell right next to it so you can get alerts for all of my new interviews.